You know what that means? It's on you and it's on me. We've got to create an environment in our households, an environment in our cars. When my car became a university when I was driving, I got in there. I didn't listen to craziness. I listened to things that can empower me, things that can stretch my mind, that can empower me to the degree that I can compete with people with PhDs and MBAs, to give me inspiration and hope and motivation, so I would be able to use my voice and my story to earn enough money to buy my mother a home. I promised her, Mama, I'm going to buy you a home when I become a man. Leslie, you don't have to do that. You're always talking about that, boy. Mama, I know. But Mama, you didn't have to take us in as foster kids. Who does that? 7 kids all by yourself that you didn't give birth to? And then you adopt us? Oh, no, ma'am. No, I got to do something for you. I'll get you a home. And when I turn 18, you won't pay another bill. See, I don't believe women should pay bills. I'm old school. A man provides and protects. I'm not talking about grown boys or sperm donors. I'm talking about a man provides and protects. And if a woman wants to work, well, she should. If she wants to, but whatever money she earns, she use it for herself, to pamper herself, but not to pay bills. Oh, no, a woman isn't supposed to pay bills. I'm talking about something that a man does, not a woman. No. Well, you get your share of the bills and I get mine. No. Are you kidding me? No. You can be broke all by yourself. I remember they had a play or something like that. No. You want to have options, man. You want to have options. Say, hey, baby, if you want to go, fine. But if you don't, I got you, baby. I got you. And I'm teaching you how to use, those of you who are interested, how sometimes you can't see the trees when you're too close to the forest. You can't read the label when you're locked in the box. Some of you got some stories that are gold mines. We are born with stories of greatness. But most people won't take the time to invest in themselves. Most people won't take the time to put in the effort and the work so that they can learn how to use their story to transform people's lives individually and collectively. Most people won't take the time to call attention to themselves. This is the attention economy. When you speak to people individually, small groups or collectively, there are 3 questions going on. Who are you? That's where your story comes in. Being able to tell that succinctly and ignite an emotional, significant experience. Who are you? What do you have? Your ability to do that, to communicate. Warren Buffett said, if you can't communicate, it's like a man winking at a woman in the dark. Nothing happens. That's deep. Yes. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? And the reason why you have to go through a radical change, if you want, all of us are basically the same. The only difference between the haves and the have-nots are their habits. Yeah. Warren Buffett said something I like. Habits are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. You need to write that down. You need to write that down. If you change your habits, That's why you want to be in a community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships. You want to be in a community with somebody who's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt, who's on the level where you would like to be and go beyond. All of us are the same. I like to make it simple. All of us are the same. The only difference between you and your family members, you and your friends, are your habits. Your habits. Think about it. Think about it. I separated myself from somebody the other day that I love. But that person's habits. Well, why didn't you try and help them? Because they wouldn't help themselves. It takes energy to live the life that you want to live. And most people are not willing to change their habits. They just want to do what they want to do. There's a process to becoming successful, to releasing your greatness, to identifying your goals and being able to go through the hoops and work through systemic racism and all the other barriers that we're aware of and not aware of. There's a process. And the ones who break through, like me, you got to be hungry. Well, how did you do it? Born in an abandoned building on a floor with a twin brother, don't even know your parents, labeled educable, mentally retarded. I was hungry. How did you do it? The failing in the 8th grade at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami. I was hungry. That's how I did it. You want to make it? You got to be hungry. If there's not a name of Rockefeller or Trump behind your name, you got to be hungry. You hear me? Because the deck is stacked against you. Get over it. That's the way it's set up. It will give you the mind, fuel, and power. You'll get into my thinking. You'll see how I got here. You'll see. I can't tell you the number of people we've had it's been overwhelming from around the world. People reaching out and saying, hey, I've been listening to you for years. Oh, I just stumbled on you on the internet and I was in a dark place and heard your voice and you brought me through. I hear that every day. Oh man, I was ready to take myself out and I heard your voice. You got to be hungry. St. Louis Federal Reserve, it's stunningly, a white high school dropout. Listen, stunningly, a white high school dropout creates 3 times more wealth than a black college graduate with thousands of dollars of debt. And it goes further. A white high school dropout with a criminal record has more of a chance of getting a job than a black college graduate with no record. You say, well, that's not fair. It is not. It's not fair that birds eat worms. It's not fair. But those worms better find a way to stay out and keep social distancing from birds that eat them. You want to keep a social distance from poverty, social distance from hard times, social distance from being poor, social distance from living a life of mediocrity, social distance from people who are not going anywhere, a social distance from people who don't want anything, social distance from people who don't have goals and dreams. Why? Because they rub off on you. This road that you want to get on, this life that you're seeking, it's uncommon. It's different. And sometimes it's lonely. I choose not to be a common man. It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dull by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the still calm of utopia. I will never cower before the master, nor bend to any threat. It's my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, and face the world boldly and say, this I have done. You know why you're listening to me? Because you're uncommon. Everything I'm saying is common sense, but common sense is not common practice. You're different. Get over it. Understand that. Everybody's not going to get it. Reverend Ike was right. The best thing to do for the poor is not be one of them. Are the people who think like I think. Are the people who can do what I've done plus more. Why? That's just the way it is. Jesus said, all power is in my hands. Oh, got to tell you. By the way, the poor will always be among you. Sorry. Oh, come on, Jerusalem Slim. Oh, my gosh. Don't give this to somebody who needs it. Give it to somebody who wants it. Because the people who need it won't listen to it. They won't, the people who need it won't listen to it. Don't give it to them. Give it to somebody that you know that's a go-getter. Somebody that life has slapped the wind out of them. And they just need something to remind them of who they are. They just need a jump start. That's all. But don't try and give it to somebody who need it. Why, Les? A person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. Look, people, statistics indicate this, scientifically proven. Most people will die rather than change. Die. Oh, and get mad at you if you try and help them. You need to lose some of that weight. I'm fine, honey. My doctor said, my blood pressure normal, and I ain't got no diabetes, and I weigh 550 pounds, but I'm fine. I'm healthy, 550 pounds. Okay. I'm talking about somebody in my family now. I said, okay, leave that alone. Remember what your mama said. Oh, Lord, help me keep my nose out of other people's business. Les, why are you on today? Because I want to help those who want to be helped. Those who just need a way out. Those who just need a word. There was a point in my life I said, Lord, give me a sign when I was waiting for the sheriff to come and knock on the door. Give me a sign that you're real. And the knock came. I came to the door. I was holding the Bible and the Holy Quran and the Kabbalah. He said, you lesbrown? Yes, sir. We're here to evict you today. I said, I'm standing on his word. He said, no problem, sir. Bring the Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kabbalah, and stand on the sidewalk, and hopefully call some friends to help you move your furniture off the sidewalk, because we're about to set everything out. I cried. He wasn't moved. I think he was playing a violin. Mr. Brown, this is the world's smallest violin, playing the world's saddest song. I'm losing my home. Poor little thing. Keeping it real. As the millennials say, I'm keeping it real. I'm speaking truth to power, the power of your mind. Guess what? I'm still here. Guess what? Everything I lost, I got it back, plus more. And you can and will too. You listen to Choosing Your Future. You listen to me. You become a part of my community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. Don't try and do this by yourself. Jesus had a posse of 12. You just got to get around the right people, because people rub off on you. People whose minds need to be lifted, people whose hearts to be lifted, people whose spirits need to be lifted. And people who like to give a gift of motivation and inspiration and hope to their family members and friends. Listen, as I said, all of us the same. Only thing that separates us are our habits. When I change my habits, see, poor people have habits. They do things in a certain way. Wealthy people have habits. They do things in a certain way. I studied wealthy people. And when you have a goal and dream and you're hungry, the odds don't matter. I can't tell you the number of people saying, "You're going to speak? Has something happened that I don't know?" What do you mean by that? Have you gone to college since I've known you? No. What about any night courses you've taken? No. You don't have any college degree at all? No. Who's going to hire you? IBM, Xerox, General Electric, McDonald's Corporation, Fortune 500 companies, churches, organizations around the world. How are you going to develop the credibility? I don't know. I'm taught, lean not unto thine own understanding. I'm taught, walk by faith and not by sight. I'm taught, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Whoa. Brother, you need some counseling. Have you ever had people tell you you're crazy because your dream is too big? Too big for who? Listen to me. Never let someone tell you what you can't do, especially if they haven't done it. They don't know you like that. And some people, as Kareem Ellis would say, you need to give them a pink slip. No, there's some people you need to fire. Life is like an elevator. The higher you go up, you have to stop and let some people off because they don't share your vision. They're not in alignment with your purpose. In order to achieve your goals, it takes everything in you. A.L. Williams, come forth, sir. He said, all you can do is all you can do. And all you can do is enough. But make sure you do all